This should have failed, but it didn't. Today, we're taking a look into the unlikely success story of the Burj Khalifa, the skyscraper that defied engineering limits, global financial collapse, and a construction timeline that should have brought the project to its knees. And more importantly, we'll break down what every yet-to-be-built skyscraper can learn from the tower that beat the odds. Because while most record-breaking megaprojects stay trapped on the drawing board, one of them didn't. And understanding why might be the key to unlocking the skyscrapers we still haven't seen. Before it became a global icon, the Burj Khalifa was dangerously close to becoming just another canceled megaproject. Plans were ambitious, even for Dubai. The tower was originally expected to be around 700 meters tall, already an unprecedented height. But then, as the design evolved, the goal quietly escalated to more than 800 meters, shattering every existing record at the time. That alone put the project in the same category as dozens of other skyscrapers that never made it past concept art. But height wasn't the only problem. The Earth's atmosphere pulls at buildings with brutal force the higher they climb. Wind loads increase exponentially. Traditional skyscraper designs, even the strongest steel frame cores, simply couldn't survive the punishment at that height. Many megatals proposed in the early 2000s died right here, broken by physics before a single foundation pile was drilled. The Burj, initially named the Burj Dubai, should have joined them. Dubai also wanted the world's tallest tower faster than almost any megaproject in history. The schedule was so aggressive that even seasoned engineers warned that a structure of this scale couldn't be built that quickly. Unrealistic schedules have killed countless megaprojects, from the Chicago Spire to Jeddah Tower, and then came the knockout punch. The 2008 to 2009 global financial crisis. Dubai's real estate market crashed, construction slowed, speculation grew that the skyscraper would be halted permanently. Many believed the partially built structure would sit frozen, like so many other abandoned megaprojects around the world. This was the stage where similar projects were quietly canceled. The signs were all there: a collapsing economy, evaporating buyers, and falling property values. But this time, the story took a very different turn. Most future skyscrapers never get built because they hit a structural wall. The Burj Khalifa broke through that wall by changing the rules. The engineering innovation behind the tower is known as the buttressed core, a groundbreaking system created by SOM engineer Bill Baker. It solved nearly every problem skyscrapers had faced for decades. The central core created stiffness. The three wings acted as anchors, and the tapering shape confused the wind so it couldn't lock on and cause dangerous oscillation. For the first time, a structure could climb beyond the limits of traditional steel-framed skyscrapers. The tower didn't fight the wind, it worked with it. And the best part? This system was actually cheaper than other skyscraper concepts. It used less steel, fewer complex connections, and allowed for faster construction. It was a rare moment when a megaproject became more feasible the taller it got. But even the best engineering couldn't protect the project from what came next. In 2009, as the Burj towered above everything in Dubai, the entire global financial system seized up. Dubai's real estate market imploded. Projects were canceled. Investors fled. Scores of skyscrapers across the region were abandoned mid-construction. The Burj should have stopped here. Funding dried up. Early buyers backed out. The developer Emaar was in trouble. But unlike other skyscraper, the Burj had something most projects never get: a strategic bailout. Abu Dhabi stepped in with billions in emergency funds, not just to save the tower, but to stabilize Dubai itself. The Burj Khalifa wasn't just a building. It had become a symbol of the UAE's ambition. It was too important to fail. To honor that support, the name changed from Burj Dubai to Burj Khalifa. This moment alone separates the Burj from nearly every unbuilt skyscraper in history. Most of them don't die because of bad engineering. They die because no one steps in to save them. The Burj had political alignment, financial commitment, and a shared national interest behind it. Construction efficiency played another major role in its survival. Building a skyscraper in the desert required techniques that had never been attempted at this scale. Concrete had to be mixed with ice flakes to prevent overheating. Pumps had to push concrete higher than ever before. Workers labored through sandstorms, heat waves, and exhausting night shifts. Everything was happening at an almost impossible pace. At peak speed, crews completed one new floor every 3 days. For a building of this size, that's unheard of. Compare that to other buildings. Jeddah Tower stalled repeatedly. The Nakheel Tower never made it past concept art. Sky Mile Tower remains purely theoretical. Momentum is everything in megaprojects. If you stop, you die. The Burj didn't stop. So what can we learn from the only skyscraper that broke the curse? What separated the Burj Khalifa from the dozens of towers that failed before it, and the dozens that will fail after? First, it had a clear purpose. The Burj wasn't a trophy tower, even though it became one. It was the centerpiece of downtown Dubai. A master plan that included malls, hotels, residential districts, corporate space, and transit access. It was a magnet for tourism, investment, and global branding. Most unbuilt skyscrapers never justify their cost. This one did. Second, engineering came before ambition. Many buildings announced their height before solving the physics. The Burj did the opposite. The buttressed core existed before the final height was selected. The design responded to engineering reality, not fantasy. That alone put it ahead of almost every skyscraper proposal in modern history. Third, the project had political alignment. The UAE wanted this tower. 2 Emirates supported it. Leadership stayed consistent. Compare that to towers like India Tower or Russia Tower. Both died after political winds shifted. A structure this large cannot survive government friction. The Burj had none. Fourth, it had a financial backstop. When Dubai collapsed, the project didn't. That alone puts it in a category of one. Chicago Spire had incredible design and global admiration, but no bailout. Nakheel Tower had bold ambition, but no safety net. Jeddah Tower has talent and engineering, but on-again, off-again funding. The Burj had money when it mattered most. That's the brutal reality of most buildings. Finally, and often overlooked, the Burj had timing. It was conceived at the peak of Dubai's rise, designed during a wave of global confidence in megaprojects, and completed just after the crisis when the world needed symbols of recovery. If the Burj had been proposed 5 years earlier or 5 years later, it might have been unbuildable. Success is often about timing, and this project hit the right moment with the right partners and the right technology. So what does this mean for the next generation of skyscrapers? Can anything surpass the Burj Khalifa? Absolutely. On paper. There are proposals that dwarf it. Dubai City Tower at 2,400 meters, the Mile High Tower in Jeddah at 1,600 meters, the Exceed 4,000 in Tokyo at 4,000 meters, the Bionic Tower at 1,228 meters. But here's the truth. Until someone repeats all 4 of the Burj's success factors, engineering breakthroughs, financial stability, political alignment, and a clear economic purpose, these giants will remain drawings. The Burj Khalifa shouldn't exist. It broke records that weren't meant to be broken, survived crises that should have ended it, and redefined what a city could put into the sky. And if future skyscrapers want to move from unbuilt to real, they'll need to follow the same playbook that turned a desert construction site into the world's tallest structure. If you enjoyed this breakdown, let me know which unbuilt skyscraper you want covered next. And thanks for watching Unbuilt Skylines.